I've never been a big Jojo Mart fan, so how did I end up here? Well, like most things, it started out with a challenge. In version 1.6, ConcernedApe added a spring festival at a date that made it seem like he was daring me to attend my very first year. So I set out to do just that. After a bit of research through the 1.6 patch notes, I started day 1 on the Riverland farm, where I made sure to renovate my room and snag the primary reason for my farm selection, the fish smoker. The fish smoker is a new item that allows you to turn your latest catch into an artisan good that sells for twice the original value, maintaining any quality and profession bonuses that go along with it. We'll see how this works later on, but first, I made sure to chop enough wood for a chest that I placed just off the porch before heading into town to start meeting the locals. Even though tea saplings won't give the extreme early game money bonus they used to, as their sell price was reduced from 500 gold to 250, I'll still befriend Caroline quickly, as every little profit counts in this run. Amidst greeting townsfolk, I took a quick stop in Cindersap for some spring onions and got that wonderful notification that I had gained a level in foraging. On the beach, I found a quirky dig spot that gave me a seed for the new spring crop, carrots, and I rounded out the greeting night by waiting patiently for Sebastian to come out of his cave for an evening introduction. Back on the farm that night, I planted my carrot along with enough parsnips for the first farming level once they'd grown, and spent the rest of my energy clearing up a bit of my limited land. The next morning, I received the letter this entire challenge is hinging on, Willie, and his generous fishing pole donation. He's such a great guy. I lucked out with a bubble spot just off the dock that morning, so I spent a few hours fishing there until it disappeared, and I moved closer to my pal the Lonely Stone for some fishing company. Later, I tossed down my fish smoker for a gold quality flounder I'd managed to catch. Upon smoking, that flounder will fetch me 300 gold instead of the usual 150. We're talking catfish money here. Next, I headed into town where I picked up a help wanted quest from Willie. The sunfish he was after could be caught in the town river, but I ended up staying there even after they were gone and hauled up a bream who shined bright like a diamond. Then it was back for some peaceful nighttime ocean fishing. Not a bad haul for a day's work, and all those treasure chests helped me reach level 3 fishing overnight. I'd fished up some copper ore the day before, which meant Clint visited me in the rain on the morning of day 3. But I don't have time for that, because today is all about fishing. I crammed my pack with yesterday's catch, and managed to earn just enough gold to purchase the fiberglass rod. With my new baited rod and sea jelly snack so that I could meet the level 4 fishing cast distance requirement, I made my first cast into the lovely new waterfall just east of Hatmouse, where I caught a goby immediately. Fun fact, on rainy days you can find the goby, chub, catfish, and shad during the day, with the catfish and goby being the most profitable of any of the basic spring fish, which could mean decent profits, if you're better at catching catfish than I am, that is. Later that night, I found a bubble spot next to Old Lonely, and you know I couldn't help but stop and see what goodies I could find. With my beachy fish chest restocked, I kinda went to hide behind a bush in the rain until Emily left work. On one hand, I was curious to see why Clint enjoyed this activity so much, and on the other, I wanted to see if unlocking the desert before the festival was possible even if you were focusing on other goals. So one of my goals this run was to earn high enough hearts with Emily to have her as a flower dance partner come the flower festival. I picked Emily because she has a reliable midnight schedule, and I should be able to fish or mine up a few of her loved gifts before the week is out. Aside from Emily, Caroline is my other daily relationship ritual, but I only need 2 hearts for my tea sapling goal with her instead of the 4 I'd need with Emily. Today would be another day of fishing, only this time at the mountain lake, hoping for high quality largemouth bass and fishing level 5 for that money. And just like that, I caught not 1, but 2 loved gifts for Emily, with plenty of time to give her both this gifting week. With Emily's gifts squared away, it's now time to divulge my master plan for friendship with Caroline, smoked fish, which is a liked gift for everyone except Sebastian and the kiddos. Gifting her an iridium quality smoked fish is only 13 points below a loved gift, which, let's face it, finding a loved gift for Caroline is tough to do early game. I spent the night fishing back at the waterfall, hoping to catch enough goby to make the long trek down worth it. I only caught 2, but managed to reach level 5 fishing while I slept. I chose Fisher, of course. Day 5 started out with bad luck, so I would be passing on the mines today, and Marnie was waiting for me with an adorable black cat on my front porch. I named the cat Azure, after my cousin from the city. So cute, but stay out of my fish chest, please. At 9 a.m., I made sure to trigger the community center cutscene on my way to my daily chat with Caroline. Even though I was broke, I checked the traveling cart to see if there was anything worth selling fish for, but there wasn't. Most of my day was spent chopping trees for the 300 wood needed to fix the bridge by the ocean. Though I did stop by the saloon to bring Abigail the bass she requested, and Sam his seaweed in exchange for a lovely prize ticket. And you know I had to give Emily a topaz since I was already there. Lewis taught me about the new prize machine in his house, and I immediately used it to retrieve 12 carrot seeds. Ooh, look at all those prizes. Next, I fixed the bridge and collected the bounty of goodies that had washed ashore over the week. These sea urchins will be important to craft a bait maker once I hit level 6 fishing. Overnight, I decided to sell some of the fish I'd been smoking, as the Fisher bonus is likely to be the only profit multiplier I'd be getting before the Desert Festival starts, so I might as well start pulling in the dough. Today was a good luck day, so after placing down a scarecrow to protect my expanding crops and gifting Caroline her second iridium smoked fish of the week, I made my maiden voyage into the mines. After battling my way through an eerie infested floor, I managed to reach the elevator on floor 15. Day 7, I received word that rain was on the horizon. Beautiful. But for today, I'd like to make a little more progress in the mines, which equated to another 5 floors before I headed out to run errands. I brought Clint the amethyst he requested. Wonder if he was hoping to give this to my gal Emily. Since tomorrow I would spend the day fishing in the rain, I asked Clint to start on my pickaxe upgrade. Brought Caroline another fish as she relaxed beneath a pretty purple tree, and gave Emily her customary topaz during her evening shift at the saloon. I remembered it was Lewis's birthday, so I brought him a daffodil for a minor relationship boost before spending the rest of the night on level 20 of the mines, hoping to catch a lucrative stonefish or two. But instead I caught trash, algae, and ghosties. Maybe next time. On my rainy day 8, I discovered it would be a rainy day 9. I would say streamer luck, but I'm not streaming, so creator luck? Does that work? The iridium smoked fish gifted today brought Caroline up to 2 hearts. But it was raining, so her sunroom cutscene was not available. And it would rain on Tuesday, and the shop will be closed on Wednesday? Looks like day 12 will be the earliest I can receive the tea sapling recipe. But that's still plenty of time to make a fiscal difference in this challenge. I hoped the rainy waterfall fish would be friendly today, so I hung out there most of the day. I think the fish here are less likely to be higher quality due to the depth and cast distance, but I'm a glutton for punishment and you really can't beat this fishing view. I mean, could you imagine? That night, I imagined reaching level 6 fishing. Oh, wait, that actually happened. Dark and early the next morning, I waited outside for Clint's to open so that I could pick up my pickaxe and buy enough iron ore to craft the bait maker. Back on my farm, I fished while waiting for the ore to smelt, then crafted the bait maker to try out using catfish bait. The bait, in combination with some extended bubbles, allowed me to fish up over a dozen catfish that evening, along with some coal to keep the smoker smoking. Ooh, look at those pretty profits. Emily swung by my house the morning of day 10, letting me know I could drop by any time to use her sewing machine, but I knew this was a ploy to see me more. Today was Vincent's birthday and I happened to have a daffodil on me when I spotted him, so that's the present he got. Then it was off to the mines, setting up to smoke fish between elevator levels. I reached level 30 before calling it for the night and heading over to the guild to check on my cave insect progress. I'd yet to get a decent weapon, and the insect head would be a nice upgrade, but we are only halfway there on the bugs. Overnight, I sold enough to earn the greenhorn achievement the next morning. Day 11 was finally sunny and not a Wednesday, so I slipped into Caroline's tea room to embark on the next stop of my tea sapling mini empire. An axe upgrade was next on the agenda to help with wood collection for crafting, then back to the mines for smoking while diving. I made it to level 45 before doubling back to floor 20 on the hunt for bugs and fiber and coal, oh my. The next day, I found out the bookseller was in town and got a reminder that the egg festival was tomorrow. I needed to decide if the time I'd spend fishing or in the mines would be worth missing the festival, as I still had about 30,000 gold to earn, but I have all day to ruminate on it, and a recipe that will help out just arrived in the mail. I can now craft tea saplings. Thank you, Caroline. Today, I made sure to complete the crab pot bundle so that I was one step closer to access to the vault. 2 more bundles to go, and it was back to the mines to eradicate. Well, would you look at that? An ancient seed. But wait, there's more, because ancient seed number dos. I am in shock, but maybe Stardew is trying to apologize for how long it took me to get even 1 in my boycott challenge run. It was early evening when I slayed the final grub needed, so I raced over to Gil to collect my hard-fought reward, with which I made it to floor 50 just after midnight. Silver Saber, you're too late. You're too late. Demetrius showed up at my doorstep on lucky day 13, and I did something I don't normally do. I asked for mushrooms to get a look at the new dehydrator that comes standard with that cave type. And just like that, it was time for the Egg Festival, and I had a decision to make. To go or not to go? That is the question. But I procrastinated the answer by heading to the mines in the meantime, as I had until 2 p.m. to enter town and still make the festival. Because, among other things, I really need coal. I reached the elevator on floor 55 in good time to head out, so I decided it was fate, and made my way to join the other townsfolk for some egg-themed festivities. After socializing for a bit, I dominated the egg hunt, collecting a respectable 13 eggs in honor of day 13. And once back on the farm, I planted the half-dozen strawberry seeds I'd picked up. They wouldn't help me make money for this challenge, but I really couldn't help myself. And now, for the day of truth. Will I be able to complete the vault today, unlocking the bus just in time for the start of the Desert Festival tomorrow? First stop on the day was to see Clint to pick up my axe, open any geodes I'd collected lately, and sell him literally anything he was willing to buy, donated or not. I also bought 5 gold ore, as I would need a gold bar for one of the bundles currently blocking access to the vault. Then I gave Gunther an ancient seed and anything else Clint wasn't looking to buy. I set the gold ore to smelting immediately once back on the farm, then took stock of the resources available to craft tea saplings. I'm gonna need a lot more wood, so I tore my way through Cindersnap, chopping and slashing as I went until my time was up, and I needed to make a mad dash to Pierre's shop so that I could sell my goods to both him and Willie before they closed up for the night. Watch out, Lewis! When I say I sold Pierre everything, I mean I sold him everything I could to the tune of 17,000 gold and earned myself the cowpoke achievement. But I'm not done yet. Next, I headed to my beach chest to load up my pack as much as possible, as I only had time for 1 trip down the dock. Hey Willie, here's my catch of the week, to the tune of the 4,000 needed to reach my vault goal of 42,500. And now, I only have to make sure I can actually access the vault. Oh, hi Emily! I lucked into a gold quality daffodil, which made me remember it was Haley's birthday, so I delivered it to her, before heading back to the farm to collect the items needed for 2 of the boiler room bundles. With both the Adventurer's bundle and Blacksmith's bundle completed, my primary goal was ready for purchase. A little shocked I was able to fully complete the vault on day 14, I nodded off to sleep that night, filled with anticipation for the fun-filled festival day ahead. It's the first day of the festival, and we did it, earning a little over 56,000 gold in those first 2 weeks to achieve our goal. Lewis let me know that the bus was repaired, and I kept how I did it a secret so he wouldn't come knocking on my door looking to tax all my earnings. And now, for the moment of truth, 1 ticket to Calico. Once at the festival, I immediately went digging in the trash, answered a few questions from a robed man in the corner, and tried out some of the festival cuisine. Yum. Next, I went fishing at a bubble spot in the desert pond, managing to catch a dreaded scorpion carp while trying to complete Willie's sandfish catching challenge. Emily was manning a booth today, and she gave me a little tease about a hobby she might show me later, and I found myself a new farmhand southeast of the oasis, though I suppose cacti only have arms, not hands. I was curious to see if I could enter Skull Cavern for the challenge event, even though I'd not yet reached the bottom of the regular mines, so I selected a challenge and made my way to the entrance. Turns out you can, in fact, enter the cavern, but given my loadout, this was going to be dicey. I was chased off by a serpent on the 3rd floor, but vowed to come back and seek my revenge next year. And Gil still gave me a calico egg and miner's treat for my pathetic dive. Or would you call that more of a dip? Not sure what would be available at the merchant the next day, I blew all my eggs on strawberry seeds because what else do you do at a spring festival? And I headed home for the night, having enjoyed my time at the festival, but not certain if all that effort was really worth it. Flash forward a couple days, and I found myself back at the desert festival, where I ran into Emily outside of a makeshift box tentamajiggy. She said my fashion was off and she would help attune my outside to my inside, so I went in, and, drumroll please, this is what Emily sees? A Joja stan? I'm speechless. I've never even shopped at Joja. Does this mean I need to finally push past my inhibitions, throw myself out of my comfort zone, leave caution to the wind, and do a Joja run? Emily, I like you, but no, I'm sorry. I can't do this. Not even for you. But I know someone who might be able to.